Good afternoon, friends, and thank you very much for coming to this media interaction. I have just one announcement to make, and then the floor is open for any of you to ask me any questions that you may like to ask. And the announcement pertains to the visit of the External Affairs Minister Shri S.M. Krishna to Brunei. He will be on an official visit to Brunei on 19th and 20th of October. During the visit, he is expected to have discussions with his counterpart and have an audience with the Sultan of Brunei. As you are perhaps aware, Brunei is the country coordinator for India in the ASEAN, and we are having the India-ASEAN Commemorative Summit in New Delhi on 20th and 21st of December. Currently, ASEAN and India's trade exceeds $80 billion, which is a growth of over 37% compared to last year. And it has exceeded the target set by the India-ASEAN leaders, which was $70 billion. Brunei is also the co-chair of the India-ASEAN Eminent Persons Group, and they are expected to submit a report to the leaders of the 10th ASEAN-India Summit in Phnom Penh in November. India and Brunei have excellent relations of friendship and cooperation in bilateral and regional affairs, and the visit of the External Affairs Minister is expected to enhance our partnership further in functional areas of bilateral cooperation and coordination on regional issues. That's all I have for the present, in case any of you have any questions. Yes, Mr. Venkatanayan.
This is about KP, Kumaran Padmanabhan. You know, he was the most wanted man next only to Osama bin Laden at a certain point of time. And India wants him. There is a red alert by Interpol. The CIA is looking for him. MI15 is looking for him. But now he's in Jaffna living like an honorable citizen. Do we still need him? Do we want him, or we dropped him, or what is this thing? Would you like to say something about it? Thanks.
I haven't seen any change in our views on the person you mentioned. Also, I haven't seen any change in terms of the status of that person in Sri Lanka. So I hope I've answered your question. Yeah, just a minute.
What is the agenda of our foreign secretary level interaction that is happening in Tokyo on Monday?
Yeah. Yes, foreign secretary is visiting Tokyo for discussions on Monday and Tuesday. These are what we call the 2+2 format. That is, the foreign secretary and the defense secretary of India will be meeting their counterparts. This is the second such interaction. The first one was in July 2010. Last year we could not have it due to scheduling issues. The idea is that apart from this, they will discuss, both the secretaries will also have discussions with their respective counterparts. So the foreign secretary will discuss with his, will have foreign office consultations. Also, he will meet the vice foreign minister of Japan. Similarly, the defense secretary will conduct what's called a defense policy dialogue. The idea is to traverse all issues of mutual interest leading up to the likely visit of the Prime Minister later during the year. As you are aware, that we have a regular system of summit meetings between India and Japan, and we are working towards a summit meeting later during the year. Yes.
So anything on the US Deputy Secretary of State Burns' visit tomorrow?
Yes, Mr. Bill Burns, the Deputy Secretary of State, will be in Delhi tomorrow. This is part of our regular consultations with the United States on the entire expanse of our bilateral relations, and also interacting on issues of regional and international interest. he is likely to meet the Foreign Secretary and call on the National Security Advisor. As you're aware, we put out press releases only for ministerial level meetings. Yes, his interactions will be tomorrow.
And anything more on the regional issues?
Well, he's coming from East Asia, so obviously there will be issues of discussion on East Asia. Also, both India and the US are interested in events in Afghanistan, so obviously there will be discussions on Afghanistan. I mean, we have regular interactions on foreign policy issues of international importance, so all areas will be discussed.
Iran?
Sure, there was a visit of the Deputy Foreign Minister of Iran recently, and that it's normal to have to share views on how each of us perceives these things. I don't want to list all of them, but I can assure you any intelligent estimate that you make of a topic is likely to be there.
But are you looking for any kind of outcome ahead of the polls in the United States? Any kind of outcome in terms of discussions in case,
But I mentioned to you that these are part of regular consultations that we have with the US at fairly senior level, and as is expected from such things, the idea is they work towards putting into place inputs that can be taken up at a later stage. So that's where it is. Yes, Archis?
So what are the likely dates of Afghan President Hamid Karzai's visit? What would be on the agenda? And connected to that, have any Afghan leaders sought asylum, political asylum? And are we giving them any leaders asylum? And what is our current policy on the issue? Because there were media reports suggesting.
Yes, the President of Afghanistan has been invited to visit India in connection with the Maulana Abul Kalam Azad lecture. He has kindly accepted this. He is likely to visit in the second week of November. We are fine-tuning the dates in terms of exact arrangements for his visit here. That answers your first question. As regards your second question, I too did see this report, if I may say so, and I had requested our mission in Kabul to provide us inputs, and they have assured me that there is no truth in this. I can therefore deny that there is any beeline for Indian refugee status or Indian visas there in our mission, nor is there any policy or plan that is being hatched in this regard as is being mentioned in that report. So I think that should clarify any doubts on that scope. I see that I have silenced all of you. Thank you very much.